Bet you didn't see this upload coming. It's another Project Baki 2 video. Although I am not doing a typical video, a typical showcase, I am actually doing something different. Now, I've talked about making lists of some stuff, like top 10s and whatnot. Doesn't have to necessarily be a top 10. I can just list 10 things or something else, like 5 or whatever number. But today I wanted to experiment a little bit more. My brother told me that, you know what, just stick to the fighting game stuff. Sure, you might not like it anymore, or as much as you once did, but just do it for money, and then make it so that you have like one video out of your week that you can just do whatever you want. So I'm gonna follow his advice. It's not exactly what he said, but he told me that I should probably just do one video to experiment and have like the rest of the week be fighting game videos. So here we go. This is my first ever list that I've ever done on this channel. I don't even know if I'm the first one to make a list, but here we go. If you can actually access the Project Baki 2 Trello, there are 14 base fighting styles in the game currently, and I'm going to rank them from 14 to 1, my least to most favorite. Alright, this is gonna be a little bit more simple, something simple to start off, so here we go. I actually have my least favorite equipped to me right now, and yep, it is Kenjutsu. Now, don't get me wrong, all fighting styles can work. It's just, I don't know, people's tastes. And for some reason, I just never liked, or I kind of don't really appreciate swords and whatnot in fighting games that much. I don't know, maybe ever since there was the added katana in Tatsukai, the first Tatsukai Reborn, that made me get like some sort of weapon fighting style bias, or what's the word? I don't like weapon fighting styles as much as I do unarmed or like non-weapons. So yeah, it's not a bad style. I could have fun with it. I could have fun using any style in ranked or in public if I ever decide to go public. It's just, yeah, I'm not a big fan of weapons. I just have to say that. Also, if you guys don't know the locations of the weapons, especially the base weapons, please check the Trello. I put it in the description down below. And you know what, while I'm at it, I might as well just drop everything that I say in the outro into like the beginning. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell icon and check the description for links. And of course, comment down below, what list should I make next? What should be the next topic? Anyways, yeah, that's my reason for number 14 being katana, aka Kenjutsu. I don't like swords. Like, no, don't get me wrong, I like swords, but when they're put everywhere as like a sort of gimmick in every fighting game, I'm just like, why can't there be an unarmed fighting game, like all unarmed, no weapons? And if there are weapons, it's just like boxing gloves or brass knuckles. That's it, like something to enhance the fists. All right, I guess the one redeeming factor is that I can just do this, spam T, sheath, unsheath. It's pretty fun to do. Also, this used to be pretty good back then. I think it used to be one of the best styles before things got crazy in Project Baki 2. So yeah, number 14 is katana. Alright, number 13. Unfortunately, it is Kill's style in the game, KYWL. Also, congrats to him for making 10k subs. But his style Military, I can't really, I don't dig with it. I can't really find myself using this often if I were to mess around. I don't know. Again, I don't really like weapon fighting styles. A knife is like it's something different than a sword, and I do like the moves, the animations. They're fine. It's just, again, I don't really enjoy using weapons that, you know, increase a little bit of range. I thought to myself that I'd place this higher, you know, but I don't want to show any bias. So unfortunately, Kill's style, it is good. It is good, don't get me wrong. It is very, very good. It's just that it's not my preference. It's one of my least favorites. It's not my least favorite, it's one of my least favorites. Also, what was that hitbox? Hold up, wait a minute. I probably hit that wrong. I hit that wrong real bad. Okay. But, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the knife. I kind of thought Kill would focus on something like boxing, like a different style of boxing, like an evolution that isn't kickboxing, but I don't know. I don't know what happened before I became a tester in Project Baki 2. He was there before me, but I don't know what happened. I guess he wanted to get like a military style. So, yep, that's number 13. Number 12 has to go to Shaolin Staff. Again, not a big fan of weapon styles. I know you guys are probably sick of hearing me say that, but at least this one is not a blade, it's a staff, and I'm kind of more, you know, I like non-bladed weapons. If there were going to be weapons in the game, you know, like a staff, it's fine, it's fine. Facing against the staff user is pretty annoying because they have all that range, right? Also, why didn't that hit back? Why didn't that knock back? That was weird. Again, I've messed with this style in public servers a couple times. It was pretty funny. It's just that I don't really want to do stuff like this a lot. Because, you know, again, unarmed. I keep it unarmed. I like unarmed. Shaolin Staff, it's not a bad style at all. I'd say when it came out, it was definitely a dark horse. It was definitely underrated in terms of fighting styles, but I don't consider it in my top 10. Despite having fun with it a little bit in public servers, nope. I just realized I had my sound turned off on Roblox. Anyways, now I've knocked out the weapon styles, the three base weapon styles out there. So, what was my list? Kenjutsu, military, Shaolin Staff, and now I have number 11 right here. Just because it's 14, 13, 12. Yeah, 11. Number 11 is Krav Maga. I know it's a new style. I know it's probably one of the best fighting styles. Well, not one of the best fighting styles. I think it got nerfed to oblivion. But it used to be a pretty OP style. I think it still could be OP. I'm not too sure. But I never really got the appeal of Krav Maga, to be honest. I guess it's another fighting style, another martial art to drop into Project Baki 2, but you know, I haven't really done much research on Krav Maga. I'm pretty sure like it's supposed to be like a really brutal self-defense style. Let's see. As a grab, 2 grabs. Okay, 2 grabs. I'm still refreshing myself on Krav Maga's like list. All right, what's the third move? Oh yeah, that thing. That's annoying. That was annoying. Why is the transformation also a damaging move? That was why. I never really understood that. I think a lot of people hated that the transformation had, an AoE, like, damage effect. It just makes it OP. I think it's probably one of the best base fighting styles out there, but I'm not really a big fan on it. I don't really understand. Like, I don't know if this is real Krav Maga. I don't know why I'm bringing realism into this, but yeah, I just don't know Krav Maga that much. I thought there was gonna be a lot of low blows and whatnot. I think this style wasn't really what I expected. The animations, they're fine. It's just that I don't really have much attachment to Krav Maga. That's why it's number 11 and not in the top 10. So yeah. Alright, on to number 10, my top 10. Alright, number 10 has to be Tai Chi. Now, I appreciate that Tai Chi was made to look really cool in this game, because Tai Chi in real life is, let's just say it's not really that impressive. It's more of an exercise than a martial art in real life, but in this game they made it pretty cool. And the reason why I chose this over Krav Maga is that, I kind of liked the concept of a combat Tai Chi, and it's been done. I don't know how many times it's been done. Like the Ip Man movies, the Ip Man movies, however you want to pronounce Ip Man or Ip Man. You got a high school. I'm pretty sure there was a Tai Chi guy. Yeah, they just made Tai Chi look really cool. But Tai Chi is not one of my favorite styles out there. Like, this is cool. And, what was that? I can't really call them barrages, right? They do different things. I'm pretty sure they do different things. I think, what was it? Chi blocker, for less damage on for people to do less damage. I think Chi impact is I think a mini barrage. Then there's Chi kick. Chi kick. Can't forget about Chi kick. Oh no, that's Vajra Pestle. It's a small AoE, I think, which is alright. Alright, the last one should be Chi kick. Boom. Okay. Chi kick. Like, everything looks fine. High damage, great knockback. I just feel like Tai Chi is not really what I am looking for a favorite. I'm sorry. Like, to all the Tai Chi people out there that like this style, all 6 of you, my bad. It's in the top 10 though, so it's not terrible at all. No style is terrible in my eyes. It's just I don't really prefer this. Alright, now we're moving on. Ah, yes. Number 9, Sumo. I've gone around public servers using Sumo back in the early days. It's fine. I like using Sumo. It's just that now that I look at it, there are other styles that I prefer using, like that are more favored in my eyes. Like when I try to mess around with the base styles, Sumo kind of fell out really far, and it's not its fault. It's just maybe it has to be like the moves or something. Like I should probably explain the moves about Sumo. I think the only move that I do, like, there are only 2 moves that I do. There's the stomp and the push, which is a heavy armor. I think that's the best move for Sumo. It's just that I don't really like sumo that much in general. Like I get it. Sumo, like in real life, sumo wrestling in real life, it's pretty interesting to see. It's just not one of my favorite styles because I don't see how being a sumo wrestler helps with anything. You could have power, but again, you'd have to have a lot of bulk in real life. Also, not really a big fan of sumo characters either. Again, personal preference. Don't forget, this is not the best. These are my favorites. I don't know if I said that enough times. Just reminding everyone, okay? It can be funny to mess around with sumo. It's just not. It's just not what I want to use all the time. What are we on? Number 8? Wait, so let's go through the list one more time. Up to this point. Wait, Kenjutsu, military, Shaolin staff. That is 14, 13, 12. 11 is Krav Maga. 10 is Tai Chi. 9 is Sumo. 8 is surprisingly Kung Fu. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's one of the first 3 styles in the game. Why is it so low? Well, I never really was a fan of it. For a starter style, right? Is it okay for it to have, like, back then? I'm not including Krav Maga into this, but was it really fair to have Tiger Stance, like just a form in general, in a starter style? Like back then, Tiger Stance was menacing back then in tester days and early on. They had to like nerf this a lot. They had to mess with the math. But yeah, it used to be one of the best styles available. And yeah, that's saying a lot. Because now we have like a billion styles. Back then we had like limited styles. This was one of the top 3. And I think throughout the years it got better. So it used to just have 3 moves. I think a counter was added. But yeah, personal experience, didn't really like facing Kung Fu people. Also, using Kung Fu, would I say it was like as slow? I can't say it's as slow as Sumo, right? No, it has to be faster than Sumo. I have to see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, that does not combo extend. I thought that would combo extend back in the early days. No, the actual combo extend was the rush, the barrage, the praying mantis. I honestly, the Kung Fu is nice and all, but I rank it low because of, you know, past experiences and for the fact that everyone used this a lot. It was this or boxing, if I can recall. I'm not sure if people used karate that much because I think people started to figure out about karate's flaws. Let's just say about that. Now, yeah, we're moving on to what, number 7? Yep, number 7. Number 7 is also a big shock, but yep, Capoeira is my number 7. It's in the middle. Like, I don't mind using it, but it's not really my favorite style. It is fun to mess with a lower tiered style, especially if it's considered one of the worst styles in the game. It's just, I'm not really a big fan of Capoeira. Like, if we were to talk about favorite fighting styles, like in real life and in Project Baki too. So, yeah, this used to be the infinite style. Like, it has infinite combo. It had an infinite combo if you pulled it off right. But I think, let's see if I can pull it off. I don't think I can pull it off. Yeah, everyone was going around back then with Capoeira, either trying to prove that it was either the best or the worst style. I don't know where it stands now, definitely a really bad style if we're stacking like every other style that's not a base style into this argument. But since I'm ranking, not based off of how good it is or how bad it is, like just my personal preference, I don't really prefer to use this. Again, as I said before, it's alright. It's fun for me to mess with people in public if I have the time to do that, but Capoeira, all in all, I think... oh, wait, hold on. I think they made this into a combo extend, but still, I don't really consider this as like my top 5. It is still funny to use, however. It's pretty funny to use. I'll give you guys that. Number 6 is karate. Alright, it just made out of my top 5. Personally, I found myself trying to use karate as there was no styles that I fancied at the time. It's fine. It was fine when I used it back then. It was pretty moderately used, if I can recall. I think people used it for the spear kick, which was pretty good. Pretty good, actually, for a longer range attack. It's a dash, right? Would you call it a dash kick? It propels you forward. That's why it's pretty nice. Also, the barrage is pretty fun to hit, actually. Oh, and they actually... okay. Double roundhouse used to be just a guard breaker, but no one blocks in this game. They finally made it into a combo extend, which is pretty nice. I like that. But that was pretty recently. I had to deal with like the worst move in the game. Not really the worst move. It's like a pretty bad move for almost all its life cycle, I guess. But yeah, no. Do NPCs just do that? Do they just interrupt barrages like that? Okay, that was the problem for me with karate. Sometimes I would try to hit my barrage and people would just hit right through it. I don't know if it's possible for players to do that, but NPCs trying to level grind using karate just because it has a barrage, not good. Not good. I'm actually happy that they made double roundhouse such a good move now. But yeah, barrage was all you had, and if you missed that, you had to like wait. Let me see if I can finally hit it. Yeah, it was pretty satisfying to hit. But yeah, karate unfortunately doesn't make my top 5. It is sitting here at number 6, but I still like it above all the fighting styles that I listed so far. Alright, number 5. It's boxing. Now, boxing is a meme at this point. People use it to meme on other people to show how skillful they are. And to be honest, for being a starter style, it's really easy to use. The cooldowns are pretty nice. I shouldn't be talking about this because this is like favorites and not how good it is, but I enjoyed using boxing actually. I thought like back then that boxing was the most overrated style, but as time went on and more styles were being added, I kind of formed an attachment with boxing. Like I consider it to be a pretty fun style to use now, and it could actually take down some high tiered styles if you can pull it off. But again, I don't really think it's a really good style. It could be something that catches people off guard, but I think there are more styles that I favor that can do that just as well. But boxing, pretty fun. I think this was also popularly used due to its easiness back then in the tester days. It was either this or Kung Fu. Karate was but boxing was pretty fun. And yeah, can't forget about the funny combo. and then you just repeat that for a hawk rush, and yep, that is number 5. My top 5. Alright, we're gonna go to number 4. Ah, yes. Number 4, Staggered Fist, aka Loopy Fist, aka Brunken Fist. We're trying to avoid saying drunken on Roblox because it's censored. But yes, this is Staggered Fist. It's number 4. I really like the style. I'm a big fan of Jackie Chan. Well, I'm a fan. I'm not a huge fan, a big fan to the point where I watched all his movies. Because let's be honest, I only can remember a little bit of his kung fu flicks and Rush Hour. But still, I still appreciate Jackie Chan, and I appreciate that he brought Staggered Fist into the mix. And people seem to like this as well. There's like only one problem I have with like this. It's the moveset. Pretty bare. But if it's gonna be a base style, you might as well only include 3 moves. And I think all of them are pretty nice. This one is for, auto dodge. This one is to, restore your HP. And of course, that one is pretty nice. I really like that animation. That is cool. The staggered barrage. Yep, I remember Jackie Chan leaning back and doing all that barrages, like while walking backwards towards the opponent. Yeah, that was pretty fun. Wish there is more moves like the drunken fist like headbutt, the staggered fist headbutt, like where you like roll to the side and then lunge forward with your head. But it's fine. It's fine. I still appreciate that this style was added to the game, and yep. Now it's time for my top 3. Who would have guessed that Taekwondo would make the top 3? Now, I know that this style might be unpopular to some people, but hear me out. I have like one experience with this style that honestly made me think that this was one of my favorite styles in the game ever. Like, no matter how many styles that this game adds, this is always going to be like a personal favorite. Now, I used Taekwondo to fight off a solo versus gang of around 5 people. And back then, you only had what was it, up to a lot of Kenjutsu users, a lot of boxing users, a lot of annoying style users. Like, this style is not good. I'd say it's probably on par with Capoeira in terms of how bad it is, but we're not looking for how effective it is. I actually managed to win that 1v5 with Taekwondo, which says something. Alright. Look at that. That was the move that I had to do back then. Yep. That was all I did. Tornado kick was kind of useless, to be honest. I just hit that just to flex on those people. But, man, it's so fun just to try to use Taekwondo against a lot of boxing, kung fu, Kenjutsu, military styles. Like, it was amazing. That happened like way early on. I don't even remember the names of the people that I, defeated. But it happened pretty early on. I'm pretty sure that can never happen again. So, yeah, it was a pretty legendary moment. And I do enjoy Taekwondo a lot. I really like kicking more than punching. And I looked forward to using this. But there are 2 other styles that I like better than Taekwondo. And you'll see. You'll see the top 2. My number 2. Alright. Yep. Number 2 is Muay Thai. Now, if you haven't followed my channel, or if you haven't really paid attention to me, I have said that Muay Thai was the most underrated starter style ever. And to be honest, I feel like all its moves are really good. Look at that time for the stun. That's like a really... That's a big stun for a starter style, right? It's underrated. People overlook Muay Thai. But, man, I have fond memories of Muay Thai from me introducing the double hit. So, I don't know if you guys heard that, but I was able to hit my 5th M1 string with the flying kick. I'm not sure how easy it is to do nowadays. I don't know if they patched it, but it used to catch people off guard on how much damage Muay Thai actually does. And yeah, the head splitter as well. Not really a big fan. It usually never connects on a laggy server, but it's still pretty nice to hit. But the damage that this style would do on people catches people off guard. It's one of my most favorite styles back then in the early ages. Actually, someone beat me with Muay Thai, and that was in like tester phase. That made me believe that Muay Thai was better than it seems, because everyone was pretty much dogging on Muay Thai. But now I hope that people realize that Muay Thai it's pretty underrated, and I feel like if you take Muay Thai to ranked, and if you're skilled enough, I think you can beat someone with Muay Thai. So, man, I had a lot of good memories with Muay Thai. I'm pretty sure I used it a bit in a few of my videos, but yeah, Muay Thai, definitely one of my personal favorites. Really like the style in real life too. Art of 8 limbs, doing elbows and whatnot, knees and all that stuff. Man, that only leaves me with one style left. And you already know what it is. Come on, guys. You probably saw this coming, man. Jeet Kundo is considered a base style, and therefore it is my favorite style in this video. Just, man, I can't believe that I was able to get my suggestion through and make this into a real style. It's really satisfying to see one of your favorite fighting styles finally get added into a fighting game. And I think it was handled pretty well. Soaring Dragon Kick. This was new. Like, I thought of, Be Like Water, like as something completely different. I didn't expect it to be an evasive. I actually don't know what I originally said, but I don't remember Like Water being a part of my suggestion, my part of my moveset. But it really helps out with the whole style in general. And yeah, it's actually still not a bad style today. It's probably like, what, mid-tier by now? High mid-tier or like low high tier? I don't even know the community style list anymore. I have no idea. But man, it really is, like, I can't even describe it exactly how I feel about Jeet Kundo being added. One of my favorite martial arts. I know it's not supposed to be a martial art, but I could just easily call it Bruce Lee's fighting style. But yeah, Jeet Kundo, lots of popularity with Bruce Lee, martial law, Liu Kang, can't forget about Jan Lee, Fei Long. I really like Jeet Kundo. 1-inch punch, really enjoyed it. And also the crippling strike. It needed a combo extender to be good, and man, crippling strike was really good. I think that Jeet Kundo, I'm really happy that I was able to get this and my evolved form. So I managed to convince the developers to add Jeet Kundo and my own fighting style into the game. That is why I put it at number 1. Is it biased? Not really, because no, exactly biased. This is my personal favorites. You can't mess with my favorites. I was about to mess myself up there, but no. I enjoyed Jeet Kundo, and that is why I put it at number 1. Really liked how I was able to influence this much, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people who admire Bruce Lee are happy too that Jeet Kundo has been added to Project Baki 2. And that's my list. Sorry if it was longer than you thought. I didn't expect it to reach like 36 minutes, but you know, what could I do? I just really like explaining, and I don't know when to cut out certain parts. So I'm leaving this raw. I'm leaving this raw to you guys. At least I paused it, and you didn't have to watch me run all the way to all the places. Again, all the locations of the styles should be in the Trello, and yep, that should be it. Hopefully I actually managed to upload this, because I put what I say in the outro into the intro. So yeah, just a little reminder, don't forget to support my channel, okay? 10k subs. Am I gonna show my face when I reach that? Probably not this year, but I still appreciate all of you guys. Just remember that you are not alone in the world. You are worth something. I'm Ninjasifu, and I'm out of here.